emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is Brainwaves. No, this isn't. This is Last Call Live from Green Brain Comics.
A for effort.
I'll get this name thing right one day.
One day.
You know, I'm still having some conflict. Uh-oh. I can't hear myself anymore.
Also, I keep calling it the podcast. Because
Yeah.
it feels like when we were doing the podcast, because we're sitting here next to each other with headphones on.
So my inner conflict is about still naming this Last Call, but it being first thing Saturday morning. Maybe it should be first thing last call.
Oh, because last call is like the end of the night
Right,
term?
right. And we used to be drinking when we did the show
Right.
later in the evening. How things changed.
But it's last call for comics, not last call for drinks.
And it is live
And
from
it is live.
one of the sub-basements under Green Brain Comics. I am your host, Dan Merritt, and I am joined by my lovely and amazingly intelligent and independent partner, whose name is Katie.
That's me.
And I'm also joined by my other important partner, Coffee.
Coffee, yes. And it's not last call for coffee. I mean, it kind of is. Because we've been drinking it for a couple hours now.
Well, folks, thanks for joining us. We are here to talk about the last call for confirmed orders on comics and graphic novels that are ready to go to print
This week.
this week. We want to get
Today is Saturday, February 6th.
It is.
And our orders are due at the end of this weekend, early next week, which our DC orders are due on Sunday, February 7th, and everything else is due on Monday, February 8th.
That's right. We've put together a list of all the products that are on Last Call this week, including both the DC and everything else. That is up on our website at greenbraincomics.com. And I will also be using that as a little guide. Oops. Yeah, a little guide to what we're going to be showing you today. We're going to be spotlighting some things as soon as I get over to it.
Aw, happy
am I?
Saturday, Philip. And Philip gave us the toast, so I guess it's never too early for last call. He
Right
gave
on.
us a little beer cheers emoji.
A tip of the glass to you. Thanks for watching.
I mean, it is Saturday. Who's to say you don't have a little something extra in your coffee this morning? I'm not against this idea.
A tip of the cup to you.
Aw, and Frank says good morning. Good morning, Frank. Hope things are well with you and your fam as well.
Good morning. Welcome. So last week we tried a new thing where we focused on some specific items that are up at the top of the post, our blog post here.
Oh, let me share the blog post.
So we're
So
gonna.
you guys can read along. We can do the bing, turn the page.
So we're going to continue on in that tradition, since it seems to have worked. And we'll talk a little bit more about why we're doing this. Every week we have our last chance to modify our final order numbers on comics and graphic novels that are ready for print. We're collecting our final orders both tomorrow for DC and Monday for Diamond Comics distribution. We want to share this info and give you all one last chance to place your request for specific covers and increase those quantities before orders are locked in. You're about to say something?
That's right. Nope.
That's right. You're about to agree with me.
I was.
So in this post, it's a companion piece to the video. We have below linked many of the items that we will be focusing on this week. And these are linked to individual ordering pages on the Comic Hub. Let's get back to it. Here we are. And the first thing that we're going to do this week is focus on a couple of number ones. And in this case, number 0. But it may be the most important comic on order this week.
Oh, boy.
Yes, folks, that's right. It is a very small thumbnail because it's a wraparound cover for Infinite Frontier number 0. This is a one-shot from DC Comics featuring a wraparound cover by Dan Jurgens and Michael Janine. This is ushering in the new era of DC Comics, post Dark Knight's death metal, and features short chapters that lead into all the new series that spin out of Infinite Frontiers, or Infinite Frontier. Keep in mind, some of these titles that are previewed here will retain their legacy numbering and creative teams that were left off in December, including Batman, still with James Tynion writing. Detective will continue its numbering. Action and Superman, and I think Wonder Woman are all continuing as legacy series. But the shorts that are in this anthology, Infinite Frontier, are a great jumping on point for all of those series, as well as many others. And I will say that this particular one-shot also has featured creators like Jeff Johns and Scott Snyder. Jeff Johns will be telling an all-new tale and his return to Stargirl, a character based on his very own sister, inspired by his sister.
Aww.
And that's just one of the things in this oversized all-star issue, which kicks off the next great era of storytelling and excitement as top writers and artists reveal what's next for the world's greatest heroes and opens the door to some of the greatest stories of 2021.
Ooh. Yeah, so this is your intro. It's also 64 pages and $5.99, just to let people know that information. And because of that, we're going to have to be cautious about how many we order for the store. So if you know you want it, you know you want to get this this introductory issue to the Infinite Frontier, and you want to ensure that you get a copy. Oh, and then that's the cardstock variant, which is $1 more, but it is very pretty.
That is the variant with art by John Timms, who was previously the artist on Harley Quinn. And this appears to be featuring a Wonder Woman. Based on the elements, the design elements and the costume, I think it's Wonder Woman.
Right,
I
but
don't know.
she's got a green glowing hand, so that makes me think Green Lantern.
Yeah, she could be a Green Lantern.
But I honestly have no idea. I haven't really been following the evolution of the DC universe that closely to know what's going on, but my apologies. I do read comics, I swear.
Things are different post death metal.
I don't just work here.
Things are certainly different post death metal, and in spite of the 2-month break of Future State, things are getting back on track, and hopefully all the wrongs will be righted.
Ooh.
And DC will have a very bright future of fun storytelling for many years to come.
So yeah, if you want to make sure that you get this and aren't disappointed if you come in late and we're sold out, be sure to let us know ASAP.
ASAP.
And the ASAP means by Sunday, February 7th at 5 o'clock.
We've got 2 other series from DC that are premiering the week of March 3rd. Final orders due tomorrow. One of them is a new Batman series called Batman Urban Legends. This is an anthology series, an ongoing anthology series, that features a bunch of different creative teams, including, I think Chip Zdarsky is writing one of the series with Eddie Barrows. We've got Ryan Benjamin doing art on a Cole Cash series by Matthew Rosenberg. Stephanie Phillips is doing a new story featuring Harley Quinn with art by Laura Braga. All kinds of cool stuff. This cover here is by Hisham Habji. Pardon me, Mr. Habji. Hope I get your name right, or close. We've also got covers by David Finch. And ooh, look at how ripped Batman is here.
Nice. He's been pretty ripped on a few covers lately. Oh, yeah.
And
he's got a six-pack and then some.
This cover features also, what's his face? Red Hood. You know, what's his face?
What's his face?
And I think there's another cover here by Cale New.
So this is 64 pages, and it will have a cover price of $7.99. So again, we are going to be ordering cautiously because of the nature of this book. So again, if you know you want it, be sure to let us know by tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And then we will put you in the system that you want one, and one will be pulled for you when it ships on March 9th. So these are pre-orders for books shipping the week of March 9th.
Many have different dates throughout this list.
Yeah, because that's not in 3 weeks.
No. Yeah, the majority of DC, I think, is shipping and available March 2nd, which we start selling them on Tuesday morning. Oops. Fail. And, yeah, some of them have different dates. We'll make sure to call those out as we notice them. Okay, next up on the list, and finally from DC Comics, we have a new Wonder Woman series. This series is written by Stephanie Phillips with art by Megan Hetrick.
Yeah. I'm excited.
And this is the A cover by Yasmin Putri. Let me see if I can bring that B cover up here. Okay, you want to give the heads up on the sensational Wonder Woman here?
Oh, sure. Celebrating Wonder Woman's 80th anniversary, Sensational Wonder Woman will explore everything that makes Wonder Woman the sensational hero she is. During a battle with Dr. Psycho, Wonder Woman sacrifices herself to stop the villain, only to be hit with a psychic blast that traps her in an alternate reality. This is 100% pure comics fun right here. With the help of Hawk Girl, Wonder Woman has to remember who she is before it's too late. I'll tell you what, I can't write copy like that, but I can read copy like that.
Man, that's dramatic. And we've got a B cover here by artist Eji Kuri. Very nice. Kind of reminds me of Art Germ.
It does.
With that soft face.
Soft face.
Soft face.
Soft palette.
So that's the brand new Wonder Woman series.
Okay, and this is shipping March 2nd, which sounds more like the 3.5 week window that we're looking at for the majority of the books on this week's FOC.
Okay, and there are a couple other number ones from DC on the FOC this week, including Suicide Squad number 1, Swamp Thing number 1, and Crime Syndicate number 1.
All kinds. DC's going crazy this week.
All of these items are available to order on comichub.com. So please keep that in mind as you go through this list. We want to make sure that you get these on order to make sure that you get the books that you want. Okay, next up we've got a new series over at Dark Horse Comics called Dead Dogs Bite.
Arf, arf.
This is written and drawn by Tyler Boss, the artist, award-winning cartoonist behind the hit 4 Kids Walk Into a Blank.
A bank?
Or a bank. I was like, this is make your own punchline.
Okay. Have another coffee.
This A cover is by Tyler Boss. We've got another one here by Ian Bertrand that I'll show you in a second. Let me give you the lowdown here.
Ian Bertram.
Cormac Guffin has gone missing. It's been 3 days and no one has seen hide nor hair of her. The police have nothing, and the townsfolk are acting like a funeral procession, more like a funeral procession than a search party. If Cormac has any hope of being found, it rests on the slouching shoulders of her best friend, Jo. Jo will need her wits about her, though, because, like any story worth hearing, nothing is what it seems. This book also features a B cover by Ian Bertram.
I like this.
Yes.
The story of a riddle wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a candy wrapper. Twin Peaks meets Ladybird.
Ladybird.
Yeah, that was a thing it was a movie, I think, that came out maybe just within the past couple of years that we did not see.
Gotcha.
Well, I've seen Twin Peaks.
And this is the B cover by Ian Bertram.
Ooh.
Good looking stuff.
I do like some Ian Bertram.
That's the artist behind the huge hit Little Bird, which I think we're going to be getting a sequel to very soon.
And House of Penance.
Oh, right. Yeah, House of Penance. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next up is a big debut from Image Comics, Noctera #1. This is the new series by Scott Snyder with art by Tony Daniel.
Holy moly. We just heard a little bit about Scott Snyder talking about this book, hyping it up, saying that this is all the things that he likes to do on his own in an indie comic, not constrained by any, publishers, any editor's recommendations, or I can't hear myself in my headphones anymore. But yeah, he says it's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun ride. What did he say? It's a thriller where everyone turns into monsters at night, and that's all you need to know, or something like that.
All you need to know.
He had the pitch down to it's this and monsters. The end. But let me give you the official description here. Full Throttle Dark, Part 1. 10 years after the world is plunged into an everlasting night that turns all living creatures into monstrous shades. The only way to survive is to stay close to artificial light. Enter Valentina Val Riggs, a skilled ferryman who transports people and goods along the deadly, unlit roads with her heavily illuminated 18-wheeler. This March, legendary creators Scott Snyder and Tony S. Daniel unveil horrors beyond any shade in this extra-sized first issue. How was it? Yeah, that's what he said.
Very dramatic.
He said truckers.
Truckers.
It's because she's a transport trucker.
Oh, right. I wasn't there for that bit.
It's a trucker story where everyone turns into monsters in the dark. That was his 100% elevator pitch. I was like, okay.
Sure.
Sure.
Let's rock this. Let's see. I can rifle through these covers real quick. We've got the A cover by Tony Daniel, the B cover by Jock, the C cover by Boss Logic. Very interesting. And finally, the D cover by Greg Capullo. These are all of the open order variants. Ooh, I think there was... Oh, that's right. There's a glow-in-the-dark cover.
What?
We need to make sure to check this one out. I'm not sure how much this will show up.
Oh, well, I mean,
yeah.
you can see where the glow-in-the-dark parts are going to be.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool. And that is a brand new series from Scott Snyder and Tony S. Daniel at Image Comics.
Big stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The first issue is
good
going to be
stuff.
40 pages and still only $3.99. So it's like a double-sized, almost a double-sized first issue to kick off the story. It is shipping on March 3rd. Reserve your copy now.
And as Tam mentioned yesterday, after seeing the pitch, she feels pretty confident that this is a book that will be enjoyed by all of Scott Snyder's fans, including the fans of Undiscovered Country, one of his recent hits, and one of Tam's favorite books.
Right.
So we'll spread the love of that right there.
So this A cover, this Tony Daniel cover, I was looking at the detail on the edges a little bit, and it has like a witchbladey feel to it.
Yeah, that's Tony Daniel for you. Where am I? There it is. Oh, yeah. All kind of witchblade elements to it.
Spikes of things. Awesome. Get your orders in.
Trucker Comics.
Trucker person and the darkness turns everyone into monsters.
Right on.
Trucker person.
Next up, we've got a new series from Marvel Comics starring America Chavez. This is a 5-issue miniseries called Made in USA, or Made in the USA.
Yeah, they just
There
shortened
it
it.
is. Who is America? America Chavez is incredible. Her origins, her strength, her dimension-shattering star portals. But when the foundation of everything she believes in is shaken... Where am I? Here we are. America will stand up and face the parts of herself she's been running from writer Kalinda Vasquez and artist Carlos Gomez comes an explosive brand new story all about what made America Chavez who she is and what she'll do to protect the one she loves. Got that Young Join Yoon cover here.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice. And the cover from Sarah Pacelli.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. That looks
Okay.
like fun.
Next up, also from Marvel Comics, we've got a new quarterly series from the XMen franchise. This is Demon Days X-Men #1. This is a 5-issue or 5-book series that is going to be coming out quarterly from artist Peach Momoko. Also, writing is Peach Momoko.
Yeah, she exploded on the scene as a variant cover artist, and then all of a sudden, she was in super high demand. Seemed like every book had a Peach Momoko cover on it. So now she's dipping her toes in the writing. Do you want me to do the description?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, I'll switch covers here.
Demon Days X-Men #1 from Stormbreaker Peach Momoko comes a Marvel story unlike any you've ever seen before. A wandering swordsman with a psychic blade arrives at village that's being targeted by demons. One demon is black and white with a terrifying red tongue, and another may be the strongest demon there is. In the stunning kickoff issue of this prestige quarterly story, you'll see a revolutionary reimagination of the Marvel Universe that could only come from Peach Momoko. Ready your katana and enter a mysterious world of demons, monsters, mutants, and magic. Book 1 of 5 of Demon Days Saga. Rated T+. It's going to have a $4.99 cover price and a 40-page count. 40-page.
40-page count. Mm-hmm. Okay, we got the A cover by Peach Momoko here. We've got an Art Germ variant. We've got variant by Gurahiru. And a Lionel Francis U that are all open order. Of course, there are some incentive ratio variants here, but let's focus on the stuff that you can order with no other requirements.
Hooray.
Good looking stuff. Demon Days X-Men #1 from Peach Momoko. a new quarterly mini-series from Marvel Comics. Next up from Marvel, we've got a brand new Spider-Man series. This is Non-Stop Spider-Man #1. Get ready for the most... Here I am. Get ready for the most action-packed... Oops. Third time's the charm. Get ready for the most action-packed, pulse-pounding, adrenaline-pumping comic of all time.
Wow.
As the name implies, once you read page 1, panel 1, Spider-Man does not stop. A mystery at Empire State University thrusts Spider-Man into an adventure that starts in uptown Manhattan and will take him around the world, pitting him against the Marvel Universe villains old and new, and give you a Spider-Man adventure the likes of which you've never seen. This book is not for the faint of heart, so check with your doctor before reading.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's some bold claims right there.
Yes, well, it's got the creators to back it up. This is written by fan favorite Joe Kelly, who ran a really long and beloved run on Deadpool comics.
Yeah.
And he's joined by artist Chris Bachalo.
Nice.
We've got this here David Finch cover on A. Got a Alex Ross cover on the B. Of course this is Alex Ross. It's got Gwen Stacy on it in a bikini. Okay. And let's see, we've got a wraparound cover by interior artist Chris Bachalo. Yeah, wraparound covers don't really display the best on Comic Hub, but trust me, it's pretty. Love that Chris Bachalo.
Mm-hmm. All right. Again, another 40-page book. There's going to be some heavy boxes coming in this week. There's going to be some thick comics on the shelf here. There seems to be a lot of double-size issues and prestige format books and, you know, higher price point quarterlies and this type of thing. So be prepared. Build your muscles up. Going to have some heavy bags going out.
And to close out the first half hour of the show, we've got one more #1 to show off. And sadly, I only have one cover to show off here. There are a couple different covers to this book, but it's a new series from Oni Press, written and drawn by Daredevil artist Chris Samney. This is Jonna and the Unpossible Monsters. The only cover I can show you right now is the Jen Bartel cover, which...
Oh, they didn't have the Samney cover?
Yeah, it was kind of weird that they're not on there, but if you can't find them, folks, just let me know. I'll put them in manually. This is going to be a super fun fantasy adventure. Don't miss this brand new original series written and drawn by Eisner winner Chris Samney. That now I can't read.
Well, if you want to see the other cover, which has been going around, I'll post the link to the Previews World.
Yeah, please.
And then you can at least see it. That's the A cover right there in the comments.
Filled with action, adventure, and monsters, Rainbow has been searching for her sister, Jonna, for a year. The last time she saw Jonna was also the first time she saw one of the monsters that now roam the planet. They're big, ugly, and dangerous creatures, driving humanity to the brink of extinction. Though there isn't much hope for survival out in the wild, Rainbow knows that her sister is out there somewhere, and she'll do anything to find her. That's right, folks. This has got giant monsters, which means it's almost a shoo-in for my pick of the week.
Yeah, and we got a little like Ash Camp preview for it last year when we went out to a retailer show and read that, and it was super fun. It was great art and a fun story and giant monsters. So, yeah, that's the trifecta, I think.
Those are all pluses. I'm a big fan of this. Let me switch back over here. So that wraps up our #1 picks of the week. Let's show you a couple of #2s that we want to make sure that you don't miss out on.
Yes, while you're loading that up, as I mentioned last week, number twos are always a challenge for us to order because usually number one's only been on the shelf for a week, if that, sometimes only half a week, sometimes it hasn't even shipped at all. So we kind of don't have any gauge to measure how many people are going to come back for number two. Like, did you read number one? Did you like it? Have you even seen it yet? You know, have you had a chance? Is it still buried in your stack at home? So this is your chance to let us know, because often number twos, the order drops down a little bit because we just don't have enough information to make an educated guess on how many people are going to come back for number two. So we're spotlighting a few number twos with your opportunity to let us know for sure that you want to get this copy.
And this number two is from a new series that just debuted this week. Fear Case number 2 is by writer Matt Kent. Yeah, here we are. Get rid of that. This is by writer Matt Kent with art by Tyler Jenkins. We for sure wanted to let you know about number 2 here because number 1 was a big speculated upon release that reportedly sold out before it even shipped, and a second print was solicited. So number 2 is one of those volatile books that we're never sure how big to order on. Is it going to sell as well as number 1? These are big questions. And we got one other cover for you here. This is by Lawrence Campbell.
And this is by the same team, I believe, that did Grass Kings?
Grass Kings, right.
I want to say.
Yeah, Tyler Jenkins' artwork is very unique and I think particularly well suited on a book like Grass Kings. This here horror suspense book, Fear Case, is a little bit of an adjustment, but I think he's a great storyteller, and it's just a matter of time before I really get into the groove with his art on this book.
Also, who did Black Badge?
Right, that was Tyler Jenkins. I think it was a different writer on Black Badge. I can't remember. So many comics, I can't keep track. I do my best. We do what we can.
We're only human.
Okay. Also, number 2's out on Last Call right now. This one is a number 2 for Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 2. This was the companion series to Marvel's Star Wars The High Republic. Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 2 comes out from IDW. It's by writer Daniel Jose Older with art by Harvey Tolibao. Very nice. This is, I don't know, it's a more sophisticated approach to Star Wars than most of the Star Wars Adventures series. Definitely graphically, it's more sophisticated, more detailed.
Oh, you mean like the adventure series are traditionally a little bit more cartoony looking?
Yeah, they're aimed at a younger audience.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's that.
Yeah, and that number 1 just hit the shelves, and like we were saying, a lot of people just pick up number 1 just because it's a number 1. But if you want to stick around for number 2, let us know, and we will make sure that we order enough for everyone.
Next up is number 2 of Transformers Beast Wars.
Before you launch into that, I just want to say that Black Badge was written by Matt Kent with artist Tyler Jenkins.
Oh, right on.
Called it.
Nailed it.
I read both of those series, so I kind of remember.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you.
Fact check me in the comments. I'm not always 100% on my facts, and I'm always open to be corrected because I am all about correct facts.
Actual facts.
Actual facts.
Actual factual.
Real facts. Factual actual.
Here's a fact. On March 3rd, Transformers Beast Wars number 2 comes out. We want to make sure that you don't miss out on this. Number 1 sold pretty good. I'm not sure how big I'm going to go on number 2, so make sure you get those orders in. This is a brand new series updating and celebrating 25 years of Beast Wars. Yeah, this is written by Eric Burnham with art by Josh Burcham. And Burcham. One last number 2 to focus on here. This is number 2 to a brand new Avengers miniseries called Avengers Max Strike from writer Jed MacKay with art by Carlos Magno. This is also features a cover by Kai Zama. Number 1 came out this week. It was big fun. You know, all the Avengers got mech suits.
Oh, nice.
So they could fight large scaled up monsters. You know, it's one thing to have, power cosmic in your tiny little hand.
Oh, sure, But what good are you without a mech suit?
That's right. You need a big giant hand to really harness that cosmic power.
You need a giant robot around you to make yourself really feel invulnerable.
Avengers Max Strike number 2 ships on March 3rd. Get those orders in. And that more or less wraps up our focus on the second issues that you don't want to miss out on. We've got a couple of new printings to point out. Here's a big one. Even though we just got a third printing to the TMNT Last Ronin. Oh, man. It didn't work.
Whoops. Hello.
Let's see if I can make it work here.
It is a nice cover, though. I'm looking at it already.
Nope, that didn't work.
Whoops. Bleep blorp. Oh.
Is this going to work? It worked.
There it is.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin Director's Cut number 1. This is...
Has number 2 even shipped yet?
No, it hasn't.
And this is like the 4th version of number 1?
Yeah.
All right.
This is an expanded version of number 1 featuring behind-the-scenes look at the creation of this instant classic featuring never-before-seen layouts from Eastman, story notes that date back decades, character designs, script pages, and more. This is a must-have for any TMNT fan who wants to discover the story behind the story. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin Director's Cut number 1 ships on March 17th. Get your orders in before Monday at 5.
Ooh, St. Patrick's Day is on a Wednesday.
Look at that.
And I would imagine number 2 is going to ship by the time this ships, though. But yeah, I mean, it's got all this cool extra stuff in it. It's a little bit more expensive. Higher page count, I think. I don't
definitely.
remember what the page count was on that first one. It is that weird cut size, though.
Yeah, it's bigger, almost a magazine.
Almost.
It's
like, it fits in a golden bag.
Right.
But it's a little taller. It's like a little taller than a regular standard comic and a little wider. A little too small for a magazine.
And that backs up the idea that we're in a new golden age of comics.
Aw, look at that. Zing, you just slid right in.
And one more second print to feature this week, Star Wars High Republic number 2. The second printing. Not much more to say about this otherwise than, boy, this book keeps selling and selling. Mm-hmm. It is written by Cavan Scott with art by Ario Anandito.
Yeah, we can't deny that there's a lot of Star Wars fans out there, and this High Republic story is just, they're hungry, anxious for more. The kids are crazy about the Star Wars High Republic. By kids, I mean Star Wars fans of all ages. They love it.
Okay, got a couple more things that we want to show off to you from the graphic novels that are on Last Call this week. We have Empowered Omnibus Volume 2 coming up here. Empowered Omnibus Volume 2
Oh,
is
yeah.
from Dark Horse Comics. You want to take this one, boss?
Sure. Sexy? Aye. Superhero? Affirmative. Comedy? Yeah, verily.
Forsooth.
Forsooth. Adam Warren's critically acclaimed Empowered shakes the foundations of the heavens as one of the greatest modern superhero comics. Quoted from View from the Gutters. That's laugh out loud funny, quoted from Comics Worth Reading, while remarkably generating genuinely affecting emotion. That's a lot of adverbs in that sentence.
Yeah.
From the Library Journal. Might such a miraculous melange portend a fantastically rendered book on every conceivable level? Quoted from Comic Book Resources. Certainment. An astounding 674 pages, collecting Empowered volumes 4, 5, and 6. So yes, this material's been out previously, obviously, and they're combining all the single volumes into omnibus sizes. When they did the first volume 1, which had omnibus volume 1, which had the regular release volumes 1, 2, and 3 in it, it flew off the shelf because it's in this great. I called it a compact size last time, but it's not. It's big. It's a big chunky thing.
It's a brick.
It's a brick, but it's 674 pages. And yeah, the material is ridiculous and ridiculously fun for any Adam Warren fan, or if you just want to condense your collection and just have less books that still take up the same amount of space.
And just a note, because of its nature, this takes a little bit longer to print. It will be released on May 12th.
Oh, wow. But yes, because Volume 1 did fly off the shelf pretty quickly, and you want to make sure that you get Volume 2, we are spotlighting this to encourage you to put your pre-orders in now. We don't want anyone to be disappointed. A $40 book is hard for us to stack really deep, to stock very deep. So we want to make sure that if you want it, you get it. And yeah, that's it.
Next up on our graphic novel focus for Last Call.
Oh, what happened to Finder?
I couldn't find a link to it. It's
Let's see if
not
I can find it on the
Comic Hub
page. Well, I did want to mention, or we had it on here, but because Comic Hub glitched it here, I will put a link to the previews catalog here, and Finder is Carlos B. McNeil's classic. Call it a classic. It's been coming out.
It's
Well,
classic.
originated,
Sure.
like, I don't know, a decade at least, decades ago.
Decades.
It's a really good, really well told story. So much world building, so many intricate different characters. Anyone that's been reading the Finder series from its original release or jumped on later knows the depth and breadth of this world. It's just really, really good. The art is amazing. I'm a big fan, as you might be able to tell by me gushing about it. And yes, finally, this is the first new Finder story in a while, in a few years at least. So the return is very exciting, and get your pre-orders in because it ships May 26th.
So yeah, the link to the preview for that is in the chat. Sorry, I can't show you anything more on that currently.
That's all right. Yeah, and this is going to be all new material that comes out in graphic novel form. So this is not going to be released in single issues before this, like her previous series were.
Right.
So also that important information. All right, moving on.
Okay. Next up, the Neil Gaiman Library Edition hardcover Volume 3 ships on, what's the date? May 19th. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, these have been really pretty. So pretty.
You want to give the rundown on this one?
Oh, sure. The not-so-evil queen is terrified of her monstrous stepdaughter and determined to repel this creature and save her kingdom. Incarnations of the months of the year sit around a campfire sharing stories as a professor recounts a Narnian childhood and the apocalypse unfolds in 2 stories and 2 poems. An adjuster who sets up shop in Innsmouth only to discover that the world may be ending and that the instrument of destruction is a werewolf. Creatures of the night are not as they seem as they elude mysterious dangers. So each of those sentences is a brief summary of each of the different stories that are in this hardcover, as you might have figured out. It's not one continuous thing. This collects the full graphic novels of Snowglass Apples, The Problem of Susan, and Only the End of the World Again, and Creatures of the Night. All by Neil Gaiman, all by various artists rendering P. Craig Russell, Colleen Doran, Scott Hampton, Paul Chadwick, Troy Nixie, and Michael Zulli. Oh my God, this book is going to be so beautiful. I love all those artists.
And the cover here by Fabio Moon does an incredible job of inserting all the main characters from these very disparate stories all into one beautiful cover image.
So beautiful. All those stories are so good.
Yes, indeed. The Neil Gaiman Library, Volume 3.
Yes, this is a 326-page count, oversized hardcover with a price point of $49.99.
Get your orders in. Yeah, reserve your copies now, so we make sure that to have adequate supply on the shelf the day of release.
Yes.
And, of course, to help keep local retail healthy, we always appreciate these pre-orders.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, 2 more things to show you here before we wrap it up. There's a new original graphic novel from Image on final order this week.
It says it collects 1 through 6.
I believe that was a digital comic. I don't remember ever seeing this in print. Fall, the graphic novel, Volume 1, is by Jared Marault, who both writes and does the art on this very interesting graphic novel from Image Comics. Readers who found themselves gripped by the apocalyptic adventure of Robert Kirkman's The Walking Dead and who were moved by the emotion in Cormac McCarthy's The Road will not want to miss Jared Marault's The Fall. After just losing his wife, one father will have to face the world in free fall, shaken to its core by an economic, social, political, and health crisis without precedent. Maybe this is a little too on the nose. Facing something seemingly unreal and very unexpected, he will do whatever it takes to protect his loved ones in a country on the brink of collapse. In this internationally acclaimed series, Jared Marault not only tells the story of one family struggling to survive, but also questions the very reasons that brought mankind to this apocalypse. And as my partners mentioned, this collects the Fall numbers 1 through 6. I don't think these ever reached the American shores. Or were translated for that matter. But we will get it for the first time here as an original graphic novel from Image Comics. Highly recommended by the Image PR guy, Alex Cox, so I figured I'd give this an extra little shot. This comes out a little bit earlier for a graphic novel. This comes out on March 17th, 2021 from Image Comics. If it looks cool, order it.
Put in your pre-orders now.
And we've got one last thing on the graphic novels to spotlight this week. Oh, and it's got a wraparound cover, so it's going to be a little awkward to show you. This is the graphic novel that collects the recent miniseries Grendel, Kentucky, or Grendel KY from AWA, Artist, Writers, and Artisans, Inc. You want the last word on this, boss?
Oh, sure.
Wow.
For 2 generations, the rural hill town of Grendel, Kentucky has honored its Faustian bargain with the monster living in its abandoned coal mine. A human sacrifice every season in return for agrarian prosperity, the likes of which this rocky region has never before seen, including its greatest cash crop, the dankest weed in the land. When one town elder breaks this pact, Grendel's only hope is that its prodigal daughter will return home to face down the creature of her nightmares and bring her all-female biker gang with her. Whoa!
Whoa, spiking
Nice.
that volume.
Sorry, I got excited with the all-female biker gang.
Beautiful.
I think I remember reading issue number 1, but for some reason didn't follow through to the rest of it. Maybe we were selling out or something.
Yeah, that's the nature of our business. We enjoy that number 1 and look forward to the graphic novel.
Yeah, that happens a lot. I'm like, whoops.
But it's there for us, and it's there for you. This is written by Jeff McCumpsey with art and a cover by Tommy Lee Edwards. That
It's
guy's a
pretty
big
nice.
name.
And it looks real nice. I don't know if you can focus on that art.
Give it a little bit of review. Nice looking stuff. Fun action adventure. Fun. How about intense? How about intense?
Well, yeah, it's got an all-female biker gang. Come on.
And plus it's got the Grendel.
The Grendel.
A creepy deer looking like monster. Yeah.
It's 144 pages for only $10, and it drops on March 10th. That's a good deal for a page count price point.
Heck
That's
yeah.
like when Marvel or Image was doing the volume 1 for $10.
And that, folks, wraps up
Bleep
all
blorp.
the Spotlight books that we wanted to show you on Last Call this weekend.
There's a lot more, though, so be sure to check out our blog post that we have linked in the comments to see all of the books on the FOC, because there's a lot more. We just don't have time to talk about all of them. You can also see all of the different variant covers. Just remember, anything that is an incentive variant that says like 1 in 50 or 1 in 100, there's a lot of those that we're not going to be able to get, and the ones that we are will be priced at market value the day of release. So keep that in mind when placing your orders. But yeah, the list is long. There are tons of new books from DC that are kicking off their new direction, Infinite Frontier. A ton of cool stuff from everybody. This is a huge list.
Yeah, a lot of stuff from Marvel this week as well. A lot of one-shots.
Yep.
We've got the Marvel Graphic Comics boxes featuring the Alien.
Oh, nice.
That was a little awkward to show through this interface, but you know, it's a graphic box.
Yeah.
Everybody loves those.
Which we'll be getting those in anyways. But yeah, if you want to make sure that you get one, you can definitely pre-order that as well.
And so much more, all on the blog post on greenbraincomics.com. And, of course, available through comichub.com. Let me show you that. Here's the interface, eventually.
Bleep blorp. Oh, yeah, there we go.
There we are. And I'll show you also that you can zoom right in on the map. We're one of a few stores here in Michigan that uses the Comic Hub interface. It is a powerhouse for us, not only for operating the stores, but making sure that you guys get access to the tools so you can order the things that you want.
That's right.
And we'll make sure to get them. We'll do our best anyways.
We will do our best. 100%. We cannot guarantee anything, as a lot of our regulars know. You know, sometimes things happen with shipping or damages or shortages or resolicits and all these crazy wonky things that are beyond our control. But everything that is within our control, we will do our best 100% to make sure you get the books that you want. Bam.
Bam. All right.
What I was going to say when you want them, but we can't do that either.
So thanks everybody for tuning in to this week's Last Call Live. We will be live again on Tuesday night at 6:30 to show you all the new comics as we receive them on the shelf. They'll be ready for us and for you to pick up on Wednesday morning as we open at 11.
That's right. And our Brain Scan Live that we do on Tuesday night is a tour of the store. So it's not this sitting in a studio type of a setup. It's a little bit different. It's fun. It's upbeat. It's a whirlwind tour. And Shay and I host that and go around and show you all the new stuff. But this show, Last Call Live, we do every Saturday morning at 10:30. And both of our live streams are archived on our YouTube channel. So be sure to check out our YouTube channel also and subscribe there if you haven't already.
That's right. We are spreading the love of...
Oh, wait, you're getting ahead of yourself.
I am? Am I?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
like, share, and comment.
Oh, yeah.
If you want us to stay in your feed so our socials stay relevant to you. I mean, we all kind of know how algorithms work now. If you don't interface with us,
Algorithm.
the stream stops showing you our stuff. So be sure to interact if you want to make sure that we pop up, and subscribe, click the bell, or follow on Facebook so that you are notified whenever we are going live. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. But on Twitter, we are Green Brain CMX. So if you're out there tweeting, you can follow us there as well. Check out our web store at greenbraincomics.com. And as mentioned previously, do all of your pre-ordering at comichub.com. Bleep blorp. Now, if you're ready, do you want to do the last part?
We're spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985.
That's right. Feed your brain.
Wait.
Oh.
Feed your
Feed
brain.
your brain.
Oh, you can do it again.
Feed your brain.
So metal.
So many brains. Your brain is hungry for comics.
And you can get them at Green Brain Comics. See ya, folks. Have a beautiful day. Stay warm and drive safe.